Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Elias Romero. I'm going to be talking to you today about the benefits and joys of becoming a teacher. I believe this is a great moral structure value for adolescents and young adults. A lot of times when parents are at work and they work the majority of their 20-ish to maybe 40-ish years, the teachers are actually there to provide moral values and structures for their lives. I believe this is a great way to become an evangelist or a minister for God's work. You can utilize this as a means to inspire youth in terms of cognitively and emotionally. You can be there as their support system, being in touch with their families and letting them know their progress and their downfalls if they're not doing or meeting standards. I believe that the job of a teacher is to accomplish something in a person's life. It's to make them a productive member of society, and in the meantime to be there as a support system for them. I believe that when you focus your ambitions on the Great Commission and making more disciples, you can utilize this in many fields, and teaching is a great avenue of doing it. I believe it's a great responsibility to become a teacher because you're there and you need to accept all the responsibilities in terms of the effect that you have in a student's life, their family. There's always someone there that can relate to certain situations that of a parent not being there. You never know if you're that one that's going to make that light or be that light determining factor towards their salvation. I also believe there are many rules and regulations in terms that are instated to make sure that the teachers meet the responsibilities of becoming a teacher. There are many regulations. In 2002, there was no student left behind that was made, that any teacher would have to recertify each year to show their qualifications for becoming that teacher, or just so you will know, the parent will be satisfied in knowing that their children are in safe hands. Right now I'm going to move to some slides. The U.S. is number 5 in terms of research and development. If you ever want to teach in a university or in a college, which is the most demanding out of all teaching positions, and it also is very limited because there's a high demand for teachers, and teachers wanting to stay in that position before retirement because it's like the commodity of reaching that height. And this graph shows the U.S. was number 5, and there's always a right and a wrong way, and the teachers should instill value and morals in the students to attain the right way at all times. There's always stories of which path to take, and I believe sometimes teachers can be counselors and counsel the students into the right direction, and also towards that right direction can instill godlike qualities and responsibilities that they have as if they choose to accept the redemption that Christ died for their lives. All right. A lot of times teachers are heroes in a child's life. In many professions, like in professions of military, I always hear, nobody was there, or their parents were too busy, or so a lot of times, like I would say, looked at statistics, like 40% of a child's life pretty much is in school. So the teacher will have a direct influence on that child's behavior and growth development. When the parents are not there, they rely on teachers to either be after school programs, to be there and guide them with their schoolwork and help their cognitive skills, or to help them in terms of daily lives or struggles. It is a responsibility of a teacher to recognize when there's a problem at home, when there's problems in the child's life that prohibit him or them from becoming better than where they are. And I believe that the teacher's responsibility is always to ensure that the student gets the best possible quality of life. All right. For more demanding things, like the teacher always has to be professional at whatever they're doing. So if you're a math teacher, of course you have to excel in that area, because it ensures that the student will get the best possibility or possible life in terms of what they're pursuing. I greatly appreciate everyone for being here today, and there are many forms of ways of ministering that I believe that children will benefit from. Okay, hello, quiet, y'all good at that, okay? Now, all the values that the teachers instill, uh, there are so many values that pretty much a teacher is like a second parent in a sense, because when the parent is not there, your children are either being influenced by their friends, being influenced by the TV, being influenced by outside sources that are not directly what the parents instill in them. So I believe that teaching is that avenue that can be that bridge to bridge the gap between good and evil in a sense. And in terms of spirituality, I believe that becoming a teacher is a passion that is not for the money, because graphs that have been shown to show the income of teachers. So it's not really in there for the money, but you have to have a passion at what you want to do, and the passion will show in terms of your work. A teacher should be properly organized and well maintained, because they rarely have supervision to the point to where they just do everything in a timely manner. So you have to be well organized and let everyone, do their work and grade their work in a timely fashion. Now, this right here, is a picture that I saw. Little boy, sticking his middle finger out. He looks like he's like 5 years old or something. So that's not the proper way, to instill, morals and values into a child's life. But I just brought this up because this will show that, the importance of a teacher. If they're there and they have this student or this child, they can, develop into their head the right way to do things, and even when their parents are not there, because sometimes parents don't know the best things, but a parent is always a parent, and the teacher is there just to enforce things. And I thank you for this time that y'all have shared with me, and this is my report on why I would want to become a teacher.